Welcome to this Q&A. One of the most important questions to understand in this day and age is, when does life begin? This question is at the root of the abortion issue. Many today, even some who claim to believe in the Bible, are unsure as to when life begins. We know the Bible confirms that life begins at conception. For example, Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5 says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." We see here that Jeremiah was not only known while in his mother's womb, but was appointed and sanctified as a prophet to the nations. Based on this, there should be no question as to when life begins. But if this isn't enough, there is more evidence to be found. For instance, in Psalms chapter 71, verse 6, we find more information, more proof. Psalms 71, verse 6 has this to say, and this is a psalm of David. It says, "By thee have I been holden up from the womb. Thou art he that took me out of my mother's bowels. My praise shall be continually of thee." We also find the same message in Psalms 139, verse 13. 139, verse 13 has this to say, "For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb." In both of these psalms, we find proof again that life doesn't begin at birth, but at conception. Matter of fact, some argue that life is simply a continuation of the father and mother. We also find two examples of this in the New Testament. The first is in Luke chapter 1, verse 15, where we find a very special birth of John the Baptist. Luke chapter 1, verse 15 says, "For he shall be great in the sight of Yahweh, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink, and he shall be filled with the Holy Spirit even from his mother's womb." Not only was John the Baptist known from his mother's womb, but he received the Holy Spirit even before birth. Now, if receiving the Holy Spirit doesn't prove or show proof for life, I'm not sure what would. The last example is from the Apostle Paul in Galatians chapter 1, verse 15. And here's what it says in Galatians chapter 1, verse 15. And Paul wrote this book and again confirms that life begins at conception. Galatians chapter 1, verse 15 says, "But when it pleased Elohim, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace to reveal his Son in me, that I might preach him among the heathen, immediately I conferred not with flesh and blood." So like Jeremiah before him, we see here that Paul was appointed as an apostle while yet in his mother's womb. These passages offer undeniable evidence that there's no difference in life between the unborn and the born. The fact is, Yahweh's love is the same for both. The same concern he has for the born, he also has for the unborn. As believers, we too should hold this same love and concern for the unborn. It's important that we speak out and support the unborn. In 2008, there were more than 40 million abortions performed throughout the world. In this nation, we've had over 50 million abortions since Roe v. Wade. It's time that as believers we stand up for the unborn. I believe that this is the worst epidemic we face as a nation. You know, we want our Father in heaven to bless this nation. How in the world, though, can he bless a nation that's killing its own unborn children? To learn more about the abortion issue, we would encourage you to request our free booklet, The Value of Life, by going to yrm.org or by calling 573-896-1000. Well, I pray that this word has been a blessing to you, and as always, we would encourage you to prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. Until next time, may Yahweh bless. Bye-bye.